Yeah. It's your boy, Uneducated Brother. You know how we do it out here in these streets, man. Just coming out of COVID, my fault. You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot better, you know what I mean? Before I even start this shit, please guys, take the time out, hit the subscribe button, you know what I mean? And if you like this video, hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? And what else? What else do I need from you guys? Just your undivided attention, you know what I'm saying? Because I want you guys to see what I see. Is it me? Or is it a conspiracy, my brother?
Now, is it me? Or is it a conspiracy, my brother?
Right? That I'm over here chilling, watching YouTube, and I'm like, what the fuck? Nah, this shit can't be true. Like, yo, we finally getting something. Biden finally giving us something. I'm like, nah, no fucking way. Nah, I'm not even gonna listen to it. It's fake news, you know, it's coming from CNN or some shit, right? Then I'm like, yo, what the fuck? When you see what it is, at first I'm like, yo, when are we getting something? Well, here you go. You finally got something, alright? From the guy that told you you ain't black if you don't vote for him. Let's see what that something is.
All right, well, there's been some information about this program that Joe Biden is trying to pass, the harm reduction grant that's offered by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration and authorized by the American Rescue Plan. It's a grant program that's designed to help Americans who are struggling with substance use stay healthy and safe, to prevent overdose death, and to find pathways into evidence-based treatments. Like all programs that use federal funding, these grants must adhere to relevant federal, state, and local laws or regulations. Now, the headline, though, the big headline is that that Biden is planning to fund a crack pipe distribution, a $30 million crack pipe distribution in an effort to reduce drug harm. And conservative legislators are outraged by recent reports that they're going to be giving away safer smoking kits. And so what they're saying basically is that they're going to be distributing drug paraphernalia, and that's what that money is going toward. But it's a lot more than just that.
It's part of it, though. I mean, the grant serves historically underserved communities, right? That's the nice way to say black people. And the underserved community part comes from the advanced racial equity funding. And the grant description requires.
That's another way of saying, hey, I ain't got shit for you niggas but some crack pipes, nigga. That's all you niggas do, is get hot. Well, weed is legal now, you know what I'm saying? I don't do nothing other than weed. But that's all you niggas do. That's all you get, right? It's facilities to help you get high better. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, everybody else, the Latinos is getting the right to vote. The illegal immigrants, actually, they get the right to vote in your district, right? These niggas can sue the administration, right, for, you know, inhumane child policies that went on through by the previous administration. They can sue for that, right? I heard they was getting up to like $450,000 illegal immigrants for the inhumane that took place. I'm like, and the Chinese, they got a anti-Asian hate bill, all that. Whatever niggas want, they get. But you, I mean, unless that's what y'all want. Are we a bunch of crackheads that needs to get high better to avoid from overdose? For them to have these facilities? The last time I checked, right? Predominantly black community is more of a pothead as opposed to the crack. Yo, I've never seen crack a day in my life, and I grew up in the hood. I see weed everywhere though, roaches, to the point where, like, if I didn't have no weed, right? This is how broke I was back then. If I ain't had no weed, right? I would go into these buildings, right? And then pick up all the roaches and collect it to make a blunt. And that shit used to get me right. You know what I'm saying? But now, nigga, we done upgrade. Now we done got Biden. Now we gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? Shoot it up. You know what I'm saying? The safe way. And that is sad, son. This is sad. That's what these people, that's what these higher up have for us. what do you think that just for them having these things in place, right? How do you think they feel about us? That shit is crazy. Less than nothing. Some druggies.
As the provision of smoking kits. But those kits do constitute just one of several things on a longer list for grant recipients. So yes, while the focus is on the outrage of crack pipes, that's just a small part of the program.
Now let me ask a question. This might sound stupid. How many people die from crack a year? Because crack is not one of those things that you hear people talk about. So how many people died from crack a year?
I haven't.
Well,
have you heard people talk about dying from crack recently?
I don't know what your argument is. What's your debate here? Crack is whack.
I don't think
I know
it's
that,
not
but
just. It's not. Well, what they're saying is that it's a lot safer to smoke than to inject, and
I
so that's
disagree.
the reason for the pipes, because people also get diseases from dirty.
Yo. Even DJ Envy feeling some type of way, like you know what it is? He know what it is, right? But he can't put his finger on it because he's clouded by that capitalism. You know what I'm saying? That he's getting from iHeartMedia to keep pushing this like liberal mindset upon black people. You know what I'm saying? Now, you see that? That right there? This nigga like, what? That's what we get? Hold on, how many people dying from crack? Why are they passing this bill for us? Right? Disenfranchised communities, in other words, black communities. Are we a bunch of crackheads? That's how he's looking.
Needles, and so that spreads infectious diseases as well. So they're saying smoking is safer than injecting.
It was interesting to see people were outraged about this for a number of reasons yesterday, but it's crazy to see people outraged about, this yesterday. But when Dr. Carl Hart was up here on the Breakfast Club a couple years ago pushing the same thing, but he was talking about heroin or just drugs in general, people were agreeing with him. But yesterday they was like, why would you try to make it safer for people to do drugs? I'm like, a couple years ago y'all was mad at me and Envy for pushing back on Dr. Carl Hart for that.
Now I'm just asking because there's so many people died from opioids and fentanyl and laced weed and laced cocaine and all that. So I was just wondering why the crack pipes right now.
Well, that's not all that it is. That's the whole
that's
thing.
just part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of.
Why the crack pipes right now? Because you black. That's why. You know what I'm saying? And you see this point that this dude showed? Oh, why? When we was outraged back then. Oh, now. Why? Right? Oh, so back then y'all had common sense, but now y'all pushing the Democratic agenda. Oh, nah. Yeah, I don't see why y'all outraged about this shit right now and niggas just talking about this shit.
Things like facilities where you can test your drugs, places where you can get clean needles if you need them.
Same stuff Dr. Carl Hart was talking about. Same exact.
Places where they can reverse medication, and also, just safer kits, disposal and medication disposal kits, substance test kits, all kinds of.
Yeah, and the substance test kits, they have test scripts for fentanyl and other synthetic drugs, and syringes to prevent and control the spread of infectious diseases. Same stuff Dr. Carl Hart was talking about, literally.
And there's states that already do this right now, where things have been successful in other cities like San Francisco and Philadelphia. They've been also making efforts to establish these safe injection facilities, and they've seen other countries where people do it, and it actually really does work. They say Canada has the oldest safe injection.
No, see, but they're not telling you, right? That shit do not work. It do not work, right? They in San Francisco, right? This is what they're doing. They injected so much, right? Now it's all it's bleeding all in the streets to the point where they have to hire people to specifically to pick up the drugs, the needles. They have to hire people specifically to pick up needles, and people are just shooting out in public like it ain't nothing over there. It's an open atmosphere. By the government. They're not telling you about that. They're not telling you about the end result. They say, oh, they already doing that. But what's the end result? We got a bunch of zombies over there. Over there in the West Coast got the highest population of homeless. And they control that whole district. You know what I'm saying? So what they're pushing over there, right? They're gonna push it for the rest of America. They try to turn you to a bunch of druggies, dependent motherfuckers. And the first victim to do that to is who? People that look like me and you. That's sad. That's so sad. You know?
Site in North America. It's been in operation since 2003. And places can come there, test the quality. People can come there, test the quality of their drugs, get sterile injection equipment, inject their drugs under medical supervision. Because a lot of the reason that people die is because their drugs are contaminated and mixed.
Yeah, I wish they would focus on,
getting people off of
rehabilitation,
drugs. Yeah.
and
well, they said it's easier to identify people who have problems too, because then they come to those sites and then you can also see who these addicts are and also help them get help. And research does show that it does significantly decrease overdoses and it does not increase the amount of drug use. And if you guys recall, Dr. Carl Hart did speak to ASAP Yam's mother and she wrote a whole essay about it. She said, to be clear, I recognize that parents, including me, should discourage drug use, but you should also know that my son wanted to get high, not die. And because this is the case for many young people, whether we like it or not, we should do all we can to keep them safe and alive. It's the humane thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also agree that we should just try to keep them from not getting high, and I wish they would focus on rehabilitation more and mental health services to help people get to the root of their trauma that, might be leading them to substance abuse. That's just my personal opinion.
I think that's part of it too, because then these addicts can come to places and also get help. But like they said, it hasn't increased drug use. And they said once that place Insight opened in Canada in 2003, they have not experienced one overdose the entire time they've been in operation.
Well, this ain't Canada. Let's see how it plays out. And by the way, this program has been around. It's not like this is something new, by the way.
Yeah, some cities do this already. Mm-hmm. And countries.
It just sounds wild. And it's easy to attack Democrats on this because this is an administration that hasn't done anything for black people. So being that it hasn't done anything for black people, but it has the distribution of crack pipes under their advanced racial equity funding, that looks crazy.
All right.
That's just terrible messaging.
All right.
Woo! Hear that? He sees that. That's just terrible messaging. Nah, that's not terrible messaging. That's actually the intent, right? The low expectation that they have of you, right? It goes beyond just not thinking that you're smart enough to get an ID to vote. It goes beyond just that to a point where you can't even do for yourself. That's a big ass umbrella when you can't do for yourself. And then on top of that, they're gonna give you drugs, right? To suppress the numbing pain, right, that you're going through that you can't do for yourself. These are the people, right, that I lose family over. These are the people, right, I get called coon and whitewash over. Let that sink in. But hey, if that's who we are, right, as a group, because when he said, you don't vote for me, you ain't black, y'all niggas still did that. And he said, yo, y'all niggas can't use IDs and all of that. And y'all over here pushing for this voting suppression law bill, the Jim Crow 2.0, to help prevent Jim Crow 2.0, according to your master, Biden. If that's it, if you believe that, then yeah, that's where we are. But I'm not there. I'm not there. That's not where I'm at. I'm much, much smarter than that. But anyways, man, it's your boy, Uneducated Brother. You know how we do it out here in these streets, man. Until next time, when out. That boy, baby. Dumb.
Mr. Shakur, can we get a comment from you at all?
Hell no. Thug life.
No,
Thug life. Thug life. That's my comment.
What's that mean?